maybe be the best way to go. Because this still looks very quick.
35.
You do tend to find that when someone makes a change like this, the scoring tends to improve a lot quicker than the doubling. Harrington could steal the leg. And does,
on the
with a pinpoint 71.
Ryan Harrington. Point required 32.
Ryan Harrington has just beaten Leighton Bennett. The experiment doesn't go to plan in the first game. It'll be fascinating to see if he continues with it when he plays in round 2 in game 5 against Barauskas. But that one, the less said the better about the averages. That one is Ryan Harrington 4, Leighton Bennett 1.
There's some player in there.
Yes, there is. 88.
Game shot on the third leg.
That was different, but it was very good.
It worked.
This is for 2 very valuable points. Double 18. That is a great win for Joe Croft. He gets his revenge for game 14 yesterday, but not just getting the points in that one. That gets him to 6, but because he wins by 4 legs to 1, he reduces the Wawzy leg difference and improves his own. He's now up to 3rd, and now we turn our attention to game 3 to see how Barauskas and Ostlund do when they play their 5th game of the week. Getting it today. We've already had 2. Double top. He's at it again. I think he likes playing against Anton Ostlund.
He knew what he had. He didn't have to ask the question.
Game shot on the 6th leg.
Barauskas was asked the question. He had the answer.
Double 10. And it's the wrong bed again.
Minigus requires 60.
So many times this week we've seen it. Is Mindy on 6 points?
20.
He isn't. Well, he's a limbo champion, but he might not win this match.
Antonio required 20.
It's all getting very tense. It's only match 3. Can he get it right this time? He can. That's a huge double 5 because Ostlund goes to 8 points and he now creates a gap between himself and Barauskas of 4 points. That was a real trial. They met in the middle average-wise towards the 85 mark, but ultimately there were a lot of missed darts at double, but a great game. Might be the last time we see those 2 guys play each other this week. When we come back, it will be the start of round 2.
In that conversation for one of the best players without a card.
Double top again for Joe. This time he finds it. Game is very much alive now, but it's all about breaking the throw in leg 6.
15.
No score. No.
Oh, no.
Ryan required 40.
It's surrounded with peril, that single 7, and that is not what you want to find. I think even Ryan Harrington is a bit shocked by that. He's been dodging bullets for 2 days.
Ryan Harrington.
And you can understand why Joe is a bit miffed, because now all he can do is get to 12 points in the table if he wins his final 3 games. But Ryan Harrington is already on 14. He looks very safe, and his winning this group is very, very likely now. When we come back, we will have a look at Leighton Bennett and see how he throws his darts against Mindy. Mindy in 3-0. This is where sometimes he has the hot start and has a bad 3rd or 4th leg and his average dives. But that is a wonderful checkout.
Minigus Barauskas. You require 84.
Is he going to get another chance? Based on what we've seen so far today, he probably will.
And he's had a nightmare on the ball if he hits the 14.
The 3 darts at 32.
49.
For the perfect result. And that's what he gets. It only takes 9 minutes to dispatch of Leighton Bennett on this occasion. And that 4-0 win might just revive the chances of Mindaugas getting through this group. He goes to 3rd position provisionally with a better leg difference than that of Wawrzewski and Joe Croft. But when we come back, it will be Wazzy and Ostlund in a very important game in the chasing pack.
In any type of extreme like that, but I started to sort of fiddle with it and then fell into a habit and couldn't remember how I threw them originally.
Game
So
shot
that's
the
okay.
first leg.
20 dart breaker
Anton
throw,
Ostlund.
81 finish.
3 darts at a double.
May see an example of that right here. Double 8. Job done.
Game shot and the match.
Anton Ostlund
Anton Ostlund
gets the job done. 4-2 and does move on to 10 points in to second position. Played 7, won 5, plus 8, an average of 87, 59, just the 180 in there. Very tidy for him, 40% on the doubles. When we come back, which will be around about 3 o'clock when we join our friends on Sporty Stuff TV, it will be Barauskas against Croft. It'll be ball for double 16, 25-17 tops.
Game shot in the third leg.
Very, very
Joe
pretty.
Croft.
Yeah. Double 3, bottom of the board. Will he be back?
No score.
What a chance this is.
Joey
The
required
ideal
28.
scoreline. 4-1.
Game
He gets the
shot
job
and
done.
match.
Break a throw in the
Joe
last leg.
Croft.
And a win by 4 legs to 1 means that Joe Croft does go to third position and he hurdles Barauskas for the time being. That's the end of game 7, but now we turn our attention to the one person who is definitely in Saturday night. That's Ryan Harrington. He's taking on Wazzy, who is in real peril in the table. If he doesn't win, he's gone.
77.
Race for that will end in 3 weeks' time. And that leg has just ended.
Leg. David Wawrzewski.
Double top.
$20.
Just teasing us.
He's getting value for money.
58. Running required 20.
Double 10. Top bins. Top of the board.
15.
He'd rather have hit the 12 there, I think.
Yeah, there was a case for maybe the single 2 to come back.
140. Running
3
required
darts in
5.
hand at double 4. And I don't like this. Fortunately, he does, and I'm not playing. As Ryan Harrington does make it 8 from 8, moves on to 16 points, 6 clear of Anton Ostlund, who is in action in our next match. There are the numbers: 70 average for Harrington, enough for a 4-2 win. And Anton will be taking on Leighton Bennett in our next match. A bit of a friendship, though, haven't they?
It seems that way. But you've got to get rid of your friends. That's a
Game
second
shot in the
1-4-4 of the
leg.
week from Ostlund, and it looks
Anton
exactly the
Ostlund.
same as the first. For the Swede to have more points in the bank and more comfort in the table. Double 16.
Game
Very,
shot and
very
the match.
accomplished.
Anton Ostlund.
He now has 6 points for the day, just like Ryan Harrington, who he will play in his last game of the day. Before that, he's got a really important game against Joe Croft in game 11. And before we get to that, Harrington will play Barauskas next. But we're very close to a conclusion here in Group C. We'll take a short break and we'll be back soon.
61.
He might not be reeled in. He was in 2 minds. Do you want to go for it? Oh, that's a great, great leave.
It's one for the highlight reel, isn't it? Why not?
Well, he obviously wanted to hit the 10 to leave tops.
41. Mitigation required 40. Game
There
shot
you go.
the
It was the
fourth
right player.
leg.
I know he went for the bull. I'm just kidding you.
Mitigation required 26.
You left it. He hits
Game
it.
shot and the
He's the
match.
first person to beat Ryan Harrington in the group. It doesn't do him any favours because he's still not going to progress. But Ryan's streak of 8 consecutive wins stops right there. And Mindy can be very proud of that performance. Over 91 the average. And he took his chance in the end on double 13. So when we come back, it is time for Joe to take on Anton. The winner could be still in the group. If Anton wins, he's through. 18's needed. And a bull.
Game shot on the
Wow.
fourth leg.
If
Anton
he
Ostlund.
wins through to Saturday night by 1 leg in this group, it'll be because of that. It is redemption on double 10. And with a 4-1 victory, he now gets within 2 points of the Swede, who is not safe yet. And there are only 3 legs between them in the leg difference column. And considering what they've got coming up, it's going to be a really interesting last round of matches here in Group C. Don't go far. It's going to be Wazzy against Leighton Bennett to finish off round 4.
Learned plenty about himself this week.
I think we've learned a lot about him this week.
Game shot on the first
We've learned
leg.
the hard way there in leg 1.
Wawrzewski.
He knows exactly what he's got to do. He's got it. Oh, he's splitting it. And he didn't get a shot at a double. So make of that what you will. Personally, I think it's a
74.
mistake.
Same. You got to go for it.
David, you require
You
5.
can't be defensive on odd number doubles.
Not when you're 3-2 behind.
Game
He does
shot
lose
on
by
the
4
match.
legs to 2. Wazzy with his
David
first win of the day.
Wawrzewski.
He's got a bit of a smile on his face, but I think Leighton Bennett could indeed learn from that situation on 90. You can't do that on double 15. You've got to attack it. 81-81 is not good enough to get the win on this one, but 86-05 is. Let's turn our attention to Anton Ostlund, now taking on Ryan Harrington in their last game in this group. Will it be a path for both of them to get through to Group A? Oh, sorry, through to Saturday night, because we had Group A in the first 3 days. It's like he was giving Ryan an opportunity.
Game
An
shot on the
opportunity he
third leg.
takes.
Ryan Harrington.
More bad news. It's a break of throw. Max
And
would
you
have
require
left double 18.
138.
He's got one of these this week. Has he got another?
134.
Tell you what, he's really
Ryan
close to
requires
busting
76.
that. Is that a factor? Now it's a
56.
factor, because if he'd hit double 14, he was coming back for 138.
Now he has 3 in hand for a place in tomorrow night's final.
Antonio require
Alongside the man
4.
he's about to beat if he can find double 2.
He's through.
Game shot on
And
the
he knows
match.
it.
Anton Ostlund.
They both know they're going to be in Saturday night. And for Joe Croft, it is despair. Because when he plays Leighton Bennett in game 15, he was hoping he was going to have a chance to bridge the gap. But unfortunately, Anton has done too much in the group, and he now has a 4-point cushion from second to third. Ryan Harrington wins the group, and in second position, Anton Ostlund.
Imagine if he loses this leg. Oh no. Double 16.
Game
Ouch.
shot on the fourth leg. Mindaugas Barauskas.
Four
Mindaugas
tops
require
for a bit of
44.
Motown. And he wins it by
Game
4
shot
legs
on
to
the
1.
match.
That's a really good
Mindaugas
performance from
Barauskas.
Barauskas. He's been great fun to watch this week. 92.3 and 67% on his doubles for the entire week, as he, in a somewhat gentlemanly-like manner, says thank you to the referee. I like that. That's a classy touch. But if he'd been doubling like that all week, he would have won a lot more games. Let's put it that way. It's been great to have David back as well, as he averages over 90 in his final game of week 5. Now we turn our attention to the very final game, where we will say goodbye to Joe Croft and Leighton Bennett.
Require 40. And
he does end with a win. He ends with a smile.
Bennett.
Joe Croft is eliminated because he wasn't able to get in touch with Anton Ostlund in second position. But boom, boom, does give us something to smile about towards the end. He wins by 4 legs to 1. That was a very decent performance, one of his best of the week, in fact. And when you consider the pressure that was put on himself by himself to get that win with his last game in Group C, I think he stood up to it very well. All the very best, guys. We'll see you again very soon. But right now, let's go to the balcony to see what happened in Group C with Chris and Henry.
Thank you very much, Paul. Nice to see Leighton finishing with a win and a smile on his face.
Yeah, we never want to see a player go away pointless and bageled all day. It was good to see him just get up a win, like you're saying, just have a smile on his face. And a fairly decent performance there, but a chance to go away, reflect, watch a lot of it back, and just sort of rebuild his career. A massively talented young man, only 17 years of age. We're going to see plenty more of him here.
Most certainly that will be the case. Right, let's see what we have seen today then by having a look at the results. 15 matches coming and going. And, well, quite early on in the piece, did we confirm the plate of Ryan Harrington through to the finals? In fact, we did it before we even joined our friends at Sporty Stuff TV at 3 o'clock. He was quite simply dominant. Yeah,
I mean, he was solid all the way through and actually started to play better when he started to drop a few games. But the big game there was the 4-2 win for Anton against Ryan, and then it took it out of the hands of Joe. But great performance as well from Joe on debut. David will be a little bit disappointed. I haven't had too many opportunities of late, and for me, probably tried a little bit too hard to ensure a return, but I'm sure he'll get one.
Most certainly. Right, let's see how Ryan then made it through earlier on this afternoon then. Started off with a 4-1 victory against Leighton Bennett, and at this point you just felt it was just about confirming it from there.
Yeah, and again, James Wade's a very reactive player and will pretty much play what's in front of him, and Ryan Harrington's been very much like that throughout. As soon as someone's up their game, he's tried to go with them, and I think we'll see a much different player tomorrow night. He'll be much more switched on. Damage was done yesterday. 1 5 out of 5 today. It was just about coasting over the line.
As for Anton Ostlund, he made his way through. Look, we had a little bit of a joke about it up here on the balcony, but the fact that he's going back, he's watching the games, he's listening to what other people say in a constructive way as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to see that he's using that, and it kind of, you saw it as the week went along.
Yeah, I think it was something me and Nico picked up on very early. The throw is just absolutely beautiful. There's no surprise when he does things like that because he's going to give himself opportunities. It's silky smooth. Some bit of ball management, plenty of work to do there, that's for sure. But ultimately, he was a player that stood out, as did Rhys Griffiths, because there's another guy with an absolutely stunning throw.
With the Super Series, the joy about it is that we can watch players develop and evolve in front of our eyes. Is he the type of player that you'd like to see here, get a couple more experiences and see how he develops and see how far his game can actually go?
Yeah, I think we know the scenario about the players get 2 opportunities per series, one for a whole week and then the other for a Group B or Group C. For someone like him, if he doesn't go through tomorrow night, it's a little bit of a big ask to come all the way over from Sweden just to play in 2 days. But he's certainly a player that I think, if he doesn't go through tomorrow night for Champions Week, I'd certainly love to see back for a whole week just to see, because that'll give him another 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks to again grow a little bit more.
Well, let's see how everything finished up then in Group C. This is the table following the end of proceedings. Ryan Harrington, the victor, 16 points to his name. Anton Ostlund getting through on 14. Barauskas in the end taking 3rd spot on 10 points. The Lithuanian Joe Croft also on 10. So that is how the table finished up. And so we are now at the halfway point as far as the tournament bracket is concerned. And this is how things break down. We knew Conor Heenahan was going to be making his way through to the final on Wednesday afternoon, joined by Ryan Harrington, joined by Anton Ostlund. And the big question now is who's going to join them 3 in Group B tonight?
Yeah, the 3 at the top of the list there in that Group B underneath it. In what order? I don't know. I presume, well, I suspect Owen will come out tonight firing early, get some damage done, but it's a big opening game himself and Rhys Griffiths in the opening match at 10 o'clock tonight. So really looking forward to that one. But they're my 3 that will join the other 3.
Well, let's get some confirmation of that Group B table ahead of tonight's finale. Griffin and Bates both on 6, Drurus and Gregory both on 4. As for Trina, didn't really happen for her last night, 0 points to her name, so it'll be interesting to see how that pans out this evening. Well, it's been a brilliant day of darts, hasn't it, Mace?
Yeah, and it's only halfway through.
Indeed, I shall see you 10 o'clock sharp.
You will.
Right, I hope we can see you 10 o'clock sharp as well on Sporty Stuff TV and on the Modus Super Series YouTube channel for all of the action. But as far as Group C is concerned, well, it was Harrington who's top of the pile. Where have we heard that before? We'll see you at 10.